Hey there, this is Adam Paxson with Polanco Media. This video is going to go over my entry into the St. Louis Mobile .NetNuke Hackathon contest held in August of 2010. My submission is a Android app called DNN Directory, and DNN Directory is a application that lets you use your user directory on your .NetNuke site as a contact list where you can email or call or send text messages to your site users from your phone. The source code is available at dnndirectory.codeplex.com and comes in two parts. First, the mobile application, which is an accelerator project, and the application can be installed on your phone or an emulator using the Titanium developer program. The other part is a DNN module that once installed on your site will set up a URL that once visited by your application it'll serve up some JSON formatted data for the user directory or the like roles or other things like that. This is based right up on the DNN web services project that Chris Hammond put together for the hackathon. So thanks to Chris for setting that up for us, and it's available at dnnweb.codeplex.com. I've made a few changes for mine for the purpose of this application, and again it's available as part of the DNN directory project at Codeplex. So starting out on the development server, the module installs just as any other .NET module. For my testing, it's running DNN 5.5.0. I'd recommend sticking with putting this on your development environment and not putting it in production because the module doesn't have any authentication going on at the moment, so you wouldn't want this serving up your data to anybody, I suppose, or if you do, then feel free. But as Chris put it together, it will post any data in JSON format when it hits the URL, or when anything hits the URL. So as an example, we can go to the roles, and here we see if the module is installed correctly and running properly, then you'll see the data here. And so for my application, I'm using roles and then users as another directory. And for the purpose of our test, we've got to set up some user accounts, and I've got a few of them here that have the display name and telephone as well as cell phone and email address on the on each account. So that'll be used by our application. I've also got some roles here that we won't get into, but just the default roles that are set up when any new .NET site is set up. One other item to note is that for the purpose of the test, you'll want to have your development site available on your most likely your local network, and then your Android phone or the emulator will also need to be on that same network and able to access the URLs that we just hit a minute ago. So you may want to add a port alias for IP address or something to that effect, just to make sure that your phone can resolve those addresses. Alright, so I've got the application already up and installed on an emulator, and this was done via the Titanium developer software, and we've tested with 1.6 as well as I think 2.1 for Android on both the phone and then on the emulator, and it seems to be running fine. So with the application installed and an icon created, just click on the DNN directory icon. That'll load the splash page, and then the first thing we'll see is an activity notification saying this is where we're actually connecting to our DNN site via the URLs we just visited and pulling down the data in JSON format for our application to use. So it takes just a second depending on how fast your computers are running. And once it does come up, you'll see a listing of those same user accounts. And this is all coming straight off of the DNN user accounts directories, I suppose. And all the information put right there in the DNN user tabs. And we also have a DNN roles tab, which is does the same thing. It's querying the server and then listing out our separate roles. Back on the users tab, I've set up an additional window that once you click on a user's name, it'll take you to a details page that has more information about the user that also comes from their user account on the DNN side. And you can put pretty much anything you want here as far as how much information to provide from the DNN user account. But for our test here, I've just set up the mobile and the landline phones, and then text messaging and send emails. So if you click on call mobile, it'll bring up the Android dialer with the phone number that's coming straight out of our DNN site. Click the back button. Call telephone does the same thing, just with the other phone number entered. Text mobile will set up an SMS messages for you to send to, again, the mobile number here. This is still on Android. And then at the end, send email. We'll bring up a compose email using the user's email account stuck in the to field, and then the subject and everything else you can type in as you want. Oops. Fortunately, no spell check. And once you send a message, it'll bring it back to the home page, or the details page. And you click the back button on your phone or emulator, back to the directory. And you can do the same for any of the other accounts that are shown here. So that pretty much does it. It's just a cool little app that lets you take info out of your DNN site and use it in Android for purposes of making phone calls or text messages or emails to all of your users. Hope you like it. If you have any questions, you can contact me. I've got some stuff on the screen here, so let me know what you think. Alright, thanks.